Hi, I'm Maggie,
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
a very bookish podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to episode 23. We have two very special guests that have been waiting to come on together. We have Ayman from Ayman's book and
Hi.
Melisa from Mel's Bookish Corner. Book
Yeah,
Corner?
that's the Instagram one, and then the TikTok
Reads.
is Mel reads.
Mel reads, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, we did a live video chat on TikTok, and people were requesting an episode with all four of us. So we needed a filler in for this week, and I just texted them, and I was like, "Hey,
We
you
needed-
want to like?"
You got
What?
cut off. You got cut off just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying we needed a filler for the episode, and because we were gonna do the Crown of Gilded Bones, but we decided to push it back for a month to allow people to read it.
Yeah.
And
I still haven't read it, so that's good.
On
Yeah.
chapter 21.
I just got it today. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be reading all night. I'll be finished by tomorrow.
Yes, you will definitely far past where I am.
Yeah.
Who
So
knows? I'll probably finish my read maybe Friday.
Friday.
I'm gonna give myself
So-
time because I heard that it's
intense.
very intense and it's probably the best one out of the series. So I'm kind of scared.
I'm nervous
not
now.
gonna spoil it for you guys, but it's really good so far.
And we haven't read any of the chapters. Well, we read the first one back.
It's just like I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I just the butterflies and the feels. You know what I mean? And I think she's going live this Friday with spoilers, so I want to finish it before then.
Yeah. I feel like she's going live so soon.
Yeah, that is pretty soon. Like the book came out what?
Literally.
Last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wait, is she going live with or without spoilers? Because I know on the Discord and the
I'm
Facebook
pretty
group
sure it
chat,
said with spoilers.
Yeah, it said with
Okay.
spoilers. I did see the
Yeah.
announcement too.
because I know she
With
put
Steph.
in the Discord, she put a spoiler free for a month. So they can't spoil anything about it for a full month so that people can read and stuff. And I think it's also in the Facebook group chat as well for from Blood FBA Facebook group chat, no spoilers for a full month, which I appreciate that. Like when an author says
Yeah,
that,
a month is a good time.
because like not everybody can get it immediately. Like I didn't get it last week. I got it today because I sent it to the wrong location, had to return my book, and then send myself a new one.
Yeah.
Which was like,
Same.
ugh. But
That's one of my books that I ordered as well, but I didn't mess it up. Actually, Amazon messed it up. But I'm just too lazy to do anything about it, so I'll just read it when I go home, I guess.
I just had my mom return the book for me, and then I
Yeah.
just repurchased it and then got a refund for returning it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So much problems with Amazon delivery lately because
Yeah.
but it probably is also just me because I moved, so I changed my address for my regular shipping stuff, and it's shipping here stuff that I ordered. But then Pauline wanted to send me a couple books, and she ended up messaging me and telling me hey, your wish list is showing LA, it's not showing your new place. And I was just like,
Ooh.
let me change that real quick because
Yeah, no, I had to when I shipped the stuff to you, I didn't use your wish list. So I had to I had to go through all of our messages, which is hundreds of messages to find her address. I knew it was in Beaumont. So I searched up Beaumont in my message tab, and it brought it up, and I was like, because I went through 30 minutes. I was scrolling for 30 minutes, and I texted our friend Kate, and I was like, Kate, do you have her address? And Kate was like, no. And I was like, fuck, I need to get these
That's
books
some
to her.
dedication.
So, because I gave her part of her birthday gift. Her other part is actually my computer stand right now.
me trying to look to see.
It's a fairy loot box. That's what it is.
Ooh, fun.
So-
Happy belated birthday,
Yeah.
Grace. Yeah.
I know. I feel like an adult today too. I applied for apartment today. So it
Adulting
feels
finest.
Yeah, it felt weird, and they were like, "Oh, you need proof of income," and I literally I was on Zoom with my mom, and I was like, "Hey, mom, how do I prove my income? Because I'm a student." And she goes, "Write a Word document and say no income, student. My parents are paying." So
That's
that's
so
what.
weird because I have an apartment right now and I never had to do that. And like obviously I'm
Yeah.
a college student too. That's
Well, so like for the apartment that I'm living in, it's not a student housing apartment, so like it's not geared towards
where is
students,
mine? That's so
but
weird.
it's like it's in downtown
Uh-huh.
Omaha,
Mhm.
and majority of the people who live there are like business people, like actual living adults who aren't in college.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
my best friend Jessica is living on the same floor as me and Carly. I did not know
Oh,
this until today.
Nice. That'll be fun.
I know.
that would be fun.
It's exciting because like last week was so stressful.
Mhm.
I'm on a break from TikTok. I've been on like it's weird because like I'll automatically open the TikTok app sometimes, but I'll see like, oh, you need to sign in, and I'm like, what a relief.
You,
Yeah.
you signed out?
I completely signed out of TikTok.
Wow.
Does that still
I
save
don't
your
have
drafts? Do you have like
I don't.
anything in your drafts?
I had a bunch of drafts, but I never was using them. They were all like old ones from like months ago.
I
yeah.
get you. Yeah, I have those in my drafts, like month old
I've
stuff.
been trying to clear out the ones that I'm
Yeah,
not gonna post and then actually make ones that I will post.
the trends that are dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, too late. Should have posted that at
Yeah,
the time.
a lot of them were like trends or a lot of them were just saved audios that I was like for like cosplays and stuff that I wasn't gonna do from like
Right.
6 7 months ago, and I was like I had like 100 and something, and I was like I'm not gonna be using this.
Yeah.
And when I went off of TikTok, I wasn't creating any content already. I just had like the app open, and I would just look through like comments and stuff, but then I was like I'm just gonna completely go off. Like
Yeah.
I put up my penguin teen video, and then I put up an hour later my like I'm piecing out and then left.
I'm
Nice.
glad that you're taking this time to like self
Yeah.
care because that's number one
I'm
priority.
glad
Yeah,
that you
I
are
mean,
actually like going through with it because I know so many people who are unable to unplug from social media,
That
especially
is
like,
yeah.
from
yeah.
TikTok because it's so addicting. Like, I don't really know people who are able to like sign out. Ayman, I'm looking at you. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, so it was kind of hard
Okay.
because like I actually didn't realize that I would lose all my drafts until now, but like I have been removed from it since Thursday night.
Huh?
And last week I wasn't really on it because I've been studying for an accounting test last Friday.
Mhm.
That was like an important accounting test, and I was like I was okay with it because it was like if anything I can recreate content.
Yeah, exactly.
But my mental health must like mental health is like a top priority right now. Like
Mhm.
something could happen to myself and like I could never take it back versus like I could remake a video. So
Exactly. So true.
mental health should always come first. And I said in my
Absolutely.
video, I was like, a lot of the pressure doesn't come from the actual followers, but the creators are ourselves because we're our harshest critics. And so
Mhm.
I was pressuring myself to like make content, make content, make content. And I was like, you start to not enjoy it.
That's so true. Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like I used to enjoy it way more when I had first started out. Now I do have this expectation of my content. Like I'm like, it should be getting this number of views, this many likes, this many shares.
Yeah.
And it does kind of take the joy out of it sometimes. But I mean, I still am obviously like enjoying the community, which is why I'm not leaving. Like I enjoy our friendship and the other friendships that I made through the app. And I do like the community that I've been building. But there are definitely cons associated with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like Melissa said, there is this expectation, especially when you find something that you really like to do and your audience really likes it and you just keep on recreating and recreating that type of content. And there's only so much you can do and like only so much time in your own life that you can dedicate to making this type of content over and over again. So it's just stressful sometimes that like because like I like to keep it consistent. I post every single day, but like I just post like memes and stuff like that. But as far as like my number one type of video that gets like the most recognition is like when I do like sit down reviews of like a single book. I haven't done that in a long time because I've just been so stressed with school and everything that I just haven't been necessarily reading. And when I do these type of reviews, I do it for books that haven't been necessarily talked about a lot or like they don't have the hype around them. So like and like right now I just want to take my time to read all the popular books that I've been missed out on because like when I do this type of stuff, like, you know, promoting books that don't have a lot of hype on them or anything like that, that's me taking away time from reading all the popular books that everybody else is talking about.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely a balance for you. And I mean, it's like you have this power where the book that doesn't have that much hype, you give it hype. Because we
Right.
end up reading it when you recommend it.
Yeah. So the thing about like the TikTok and like you see a bunch of books and we have all those like popular books and a lot of people have already read those popular books, so then spoilers happen and
Yes.
like I know like now like ACOTAR has been a big thing and like but you still should put at least some spoiler warning for people who
Mhm.
haven't read it, like Throne of Glass, people who haven't read
New
it.
people are joining the community pretty
Yeah,
Constantly.
Yeah.
especially with like
Like
new news coming out and everything.
Yeah.
yeah, especially with like the rise of Shadow and Bone, we're definitely gonna get a lot more people interested in reading,
Yeah.
and
I'm
a lot
actually
more.
reading Six of Crows right now.
Oh, it's so good.
Love
Grace is
Six of
not
I am
even
enjoying
finished.
it way more than Shadow and Bone for sure. Like I'm glad that I
Yeah.
gave it a chance because after Shadow and Bone, I was like, Grishaverse is just not for me. Like, you know, I can appreciate it, but just it's not up to my taste.
Yeah.
It's very predictable and it overuses some of the most popular tropes that I don't enjoy anymore.
Mhm.
But Six of Crows, I will say it's not only much better written, but the plot is definitely much more unique.
Yeah, Lee Bardugo's writing really like, you know, stepped up a couple levels in Six
Yeah.
of Crows
Which
and
is
even in Nine Tails.
normal. Like that's normal, you know, like everyone improves.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about the TV show
Mhm.
because we're gonna do an episode on it, but it was amazing. It
Yeah.
was
I love it.
spectacular.
I love
Like
it. I finished it like either last night or the night before, but it was really good.
I
I
finished it in
finished
less
it
than a
in
day.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished it in one night. The like as soon as it like got on Netflix, I clicked, you know, play,
Yeah.
watched it one all the way through.
I don't know how
Okay,
you did that.
like, look, I was up, like, my bedtime is like 1 o'clock. And so, like, I was up and I usually put on the TV to like fall asleep. And I'll put on like show that I have watched multiple times and I don't really care about. It's just like background noise. And so I usually put on New Girl, but I wasn't feeling it that night. And then like I put on like just some random show. I think I put on H2O. And so I started watching that. And then like all of a
I
sudden,
remember HBO. It has like mermaids in it, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
Okay. Just like sure.
I'm scrolling through my phone and then Pauline ends up going on live. And she's like, hi guys, okay, I'm gonna stream me like going on the first episode. And then like I'm like, oh wait, it's coming out in like 10 minutes. Okay, let me. And then like I recorded like it popping up on Netflix and everything. I'm like, okay, you're there, you know, whatever. And then like I just go back to H2O. I don't even watch it because I'm like, you know what? I want to watch it during the day. And because Maggie and I are going to do an episode reviewing the whole TV show
Yeah.
with my brother, Jacob, he has not read any of the books. So he's just going to be giving us that POV from just like the show viewers' perspective. And so like I want to watch it with him in case he has any questions or anything like that. And then like I was talking about Maggie before it even came out about us doing this episode, and she's like, okay, yeah, that's fine, but I'm not gonna finish it for some time. So like I have tests and like and I'm like, no worries. Like it's probably gonna take us like 2 weeks to do it, to watch the whole show. I haven't even watched one episode, and this girl's already done with it in one day.
It's such an addictive
It is
show.
really
So
addicting.
in my defense, it's like
Really
every
is.
episode ends on a hit cliffhanger and you're like, well, I just might roll into the next episode. Like it was
Mhm.
I watched 3 episodes Friday night after work because like at work I had to finish a thing for class where I was there for like 5 hours and I didn't watch it. That was a true testament to my resilience. But and then I got back to the room and I was like, okay, Carly, it's Shadow and Bone time. And I kicked Reese out of the room and I was like, we're watching Shadow and Bone now. She went to bed. I still watched 2 episodes and then I like got in bed and watched the 3rd episode. I'm planning on rewatching it next weekend.
Yeah, I know some
And
people who have already like rewatched it. Some of my mutuals, Sam, she rewatched it 3 times in the 2 days that it had come out. Like literally, it came out. She stayed up that night watching it, and then she started again.
I
Here.
I think I'm gonna rewatch it and take down notes because I noticed little things that if you read
The
the
little
book,
Easter eggs.
yes, all the Easter eggs for like the book from the books and stuff, you would be
Yeah.
like, versus like somebody who hasn't read the book. So I'm gonna watch it with my family as well. So I told them, all of them, I was like, you do not watch this TV show. Do not watch it. I am watching it with y'all so I can see your reactions. Because like Ben
Mm.
Barnes, my mom, I went to watch her see Ben Barnes.
Mhm.
Like
Her.
his acting in this was
It's so good. He
Ben
was
Barnes is just
impeccable.
amazing. You know, we have to normalize separating the actor from the role because
true.
I simp for Ben Barnes hard,
Oh,
but
yeah.
no.
For sure. He's just
like-
like
Really, like when we were doing like our before like the show came out episode with Tatiana, I wouldn't even say the Darkling. Like I was like, oh yeah, the Darkling didn't know. I was like Ben Barnes.
Barnes.
Because it's not the Darkling. He's not, when we're looking at him, we're not looking at him as a Darkling. We're looking at that's Ben Barnes. That's not
Exactly. That's Ben.
exactly
Barnes.
like we say
Wait,
Ben
what-
Barnes.
What's
Yes,
he
we
played
do.
in Narnia? What was the name of the guy? Who played?
Caspian? Prince
Yeah,
Caspian?
yeah, I know. I think of him as like Prince Caspian, or which he was great in. That was a great role that he played in.
Love Narnia.
I
love
love it. I've been like actually listening to a soundtrack along with Shadow and soundtrack lately, which I actually enjoy listening to like that type of sound while I'm studying or reading.
Gotcha.
They're
Uh,
making I don't know if this is like still going on, but they're making the Chronicles of Narnia a TV show.
Yeah, they are.
That's still
Making
happening.
it a TV show. Yeah.
I thought that was old news. I thought that was like
Yeah.
it's like not happening because it's been
But
so
it like came up like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I
Mm.
think
I know
because
about that.
this TV
I
show is
forgot about that.
yeah. I so that's
Is
why
Ben
we
Barnes
named
playing in it? Hold on.
yeah, so
don't
that's the
think
thing is that's
so.
why we said Ben Barnes and etc. in our Shadow and Bone episode because we
Yeah.
said it. It's like he's not the Darkling, it's Ben Barnes. Like we're watching it for Ben Barnes. Like,
Yeah, like
Exactly.
but his
He's
hair,
so good, and he's so kind and sweet, and
he's
just
so
he's
cute.
so
Like
kind to his like fan base. He's just like perfect all around. Not be
Okay,
defending
you guys
him.
want to hear something cute from like
Yeah.
news? Okay, so the girl who played Alina Jesse, they were their pronouns are she they, by the way. So they were talking about in an interview about how when they were a kid they had kind of posters all around their wall of Prince Caspian from Narnia, and Ben Barnes, like that was Ben Barnes like first time hearing about it. And he took out the sword and he was like, yeah, I like to remind people that I'm like Prince Caspian. It was the sword from Narnia said. So
Stop
I was like,
it.
that's so kind of cute that Jessie, like, kind of, I don't know. Had,
And now she's like kissing him. Oh my god.
okay, they were really into that desk scene. But I was
wait,
like,
do not spoil it. Do not spoil it. We're not gonna spoil anything.
You cannot. You
so
cannot.
sorry. Got too caught up.
What is Shadow and
so
Bone?
caught
I
up.
don't know.
I got so caught up. I'm so
I mean, if
sorry.
you
Sorry,
read the
it's-
books, it
I read
follows the
the
books pretty closely. Like it follows the like that's the one thing I was very
Yeah.
surprised about is it follows the book very closely, and you're
I
like,
like that, honestly.
It's
Which
one of
it
the
was-
greatest adaptations I've ever seen from like book to TV show.
I was
In
just
fact,
so sad.
I
I wish it
think
was
I
10
like the TV show
episodes.
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, the TV
Yeah.
show is definitely better. It's
Yeah.
the crows. Adding the crows into the TV show, that's
sure.
what made it really well because like everybody was like, well, what are they doing during this time? Like we have no idea what they're doing. We only see them
Yeah,
2
because
years.
it's like an original story they have here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Except
love
for,
how
what's her name and what's his name?
Nina and Matthias.
I love them.
What?
What's their ship name?
I don't know.
No,
Mina?
Mina? I don't think I've heard of it. I just like hear Nina and Matthias.
Yeah.
I
I
guess their last.
oh, sorry.
Zenek and Helvar.
Helvar, yeah.
Because I've been seeing a lot of like videos of just like him and like he looks pretty
The
good.
actors that they chose, that's what made it so good.
Yeah.
But
Perfect
it makes
casting.
me blush just thinking about him because like the way that man is built, I'm like,
You know he's American?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is?
He's American. Yeah.
I like how we all cringed at that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just like it's kind of shocking because it's like
Because
he's so
Americans are nothing.
we're just like trash.
We are.
we are trash.
I mean, because
But
all British actors are like top tier. Like
For
everything
sure.
that's popular is like British actors.
You're
That is
right.
so true. That is so true.
it's always it. And
But-
if it's an American story, it's still like a British actor.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sure.
Well, so we have a couple questions. So
You know?
our first question is gonna be let me pull it up real quick. Oh, frickle frack. Okay. Let's see. How did you meet? So do
Me
we
and
probably
Melissa?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to
Okay.
go or do you want me to go?
I'll go. Okay, so me and Melissa had been mutuals for quite a long time. We had necessarily reached out to one another. We'd comment on each other's posts and everything. And I think one time, like Melissa DM'd me either a TikTok or something. I don't exactly remember what it was.
I remember it. It was Delano Styles running through that door. That was the one. I do remember that.
Knows me so well. And that just like kind of sparked like our friendship. Like, Melissa reached out, thank God, because I have like the worst social anxiety. I will not reach out to anyone of my mutuals or anything. I'll wait for them to reach out to me. And I'm glad that Melissa took the high road and like reached out because like she's like so cool. And I watch like all her videos and stuff like that. And it's like, if like, the stars were aligned and everything, we'd be great friends.
Yeah. I remember like what made me like reach out to you is that because I'm usually kind of shy as well. I expect for people to like reach out to me, but like you said, at that point we've been following each other for a while, and it's like I kind of felt
we were
very
pretty comfortable. Yeah.
Exactly. Like so, and it's just like I knew how much you love Dylan O'Brien, and when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, like Ayman has to see that. And I think like I would say after that, you sent me Faye ears from my Amazon wish list.
Yes.
And when I DM'd to thank you, that was our first time talking for so long through DMs where we actually got to know each other.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then I asked for her Snapchat to add her to a group chat to do. We were gonna do a buddy read with 2 other people. One of those people ended up falling soldier.
We'll tell you guys I think.
Yeah, that's tea for another time. But yeah, from there on, like we just kept on sending each other snaps, and then we got our phone numbers, and then we started FaceTime. So it was like gradual, but it happened.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cute. I love how like friendships have like blossomed because of like one video or like all of a sudden it just becomes like this thing of like this person that you end up talking to like more
every
than,
single day.
Literally, I talk to Melissa every single day. Like
even when we don't we know that we'll be fine when we start talking. Like
for sure. Yeah.
And
there's so much to talk about.
Exactly. Like whenever we talk, our FaceTime sessions are at least like
we never shut up. Literally.
We really don't.
It's funny because like we'll have like we'll have our own Zoom sessions and we go for like 3 hours and we're not even like recording or anything, and it's just like 3 hours of us spilling tea, talking about the book community, like talking about other stuff, and we're just like, it's so fun because like if you really think about it, we have only talked to each other through devices. We've never talked to each other in person.
It's so weird because I mean I said to you guys before, I consider you guys closer to me than my real life friends most of the time.
Same.
And I'm just like it's so weird. Like we're strangers, quote unquote, on the internet, but like I trust y'all with my life.
Yeah. Like here's my social security. Here it is.
Exactly. Like whenever you guys ask for something, I'm just like, here's my personal information.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I feel like we open up a lot more to like internet friends than we do like friends in person, because I feel like you gotta like show them why they should be your friends.
That's true.
Internet friends, you came to me to be my friend.
Yeah.
You don't need to, like, put on a face. You came to me, so you already know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Real friends, you're kind of like timid and kind of like, do I show this?
So true. Oh my
God. That's true. That's very true.
Grace, you're just speaking facts right now.
The thing about internet friends is you've never met them in real life, so you never have to see them face to face every single day. So like I think that also takes away from it where there's kind of like there's a barrier, but it also breaks down other barriers. There's that barrier of not being able to see each other in person, but that means y'all are able to connect in other ways of not being
Yeah.
like you're not seeing each other every single day, but you're talking to each other every day. And like it's kind of that idea of like hiding behind the screen and stuff. You're able to be more vulnerable when you're not face to face. Cause like talking to somebody and being like really like I'll tell you about what happened after something that
Okay.
happened this weekend that brought Carly and I really, really close. But it was like it was weird because like I'd never felt that close to her. And then that happened and I was like, that feels weird. But then I felt more close to Grace than I have with Carly, and Carly's my roommate. And it's just like
Right.
it's that weird thing where like you're able to be more vulnerable like through a phone than you are in person.
Because
Which
there
is
is
why.
that, like you said, that physical barrier where you can kind of like secure yourself if you need to.
Yeah.
Like it's just close
True.
device, whereas like real life people, like obviously, like you're not closing your phone. Like these are people that you probably need to be around with because of school or work or just some other extracurriculars.
Very true.
And I feel like also like the fact that we have this common interest of reading, it's like we are like readers are very similar. I want to say like obviously we're our own people, but I think we are kind of very similar. So it just it makes it easier for us to open up, especially if we like the same books and we kind of relate to these books and characters for the
Yeah.
same reason. Like we just kind of lay out our trauma along with the characters.
Very
Yeah.
true.
And then it's like this thing of like I asked my dad the other day because like a friend of mine from LA, she came to come do my nails
Mhm.
and for my birthday. And she's so she's a friend, but it's like a loose term. It's kind of
Mm.
like yeah,
That
she's
makes
a
sense.
friend, but I don't talk to her like
Mhm.
ever really. And she's my friend, but she's 17.
Gotcha.
And she came into my mom and my mom's and our lives because we coach volleyball and she plays volleyball. And so she
Okay.
come and play on our volleyball team, but she was like very close to us and we kind of adopt our girls when we're coaching them. So we'll take them everywhere with us. We'll take them to tournaments, we'll take them to go open gym, we'll take them to the park if we're having like something at our house. We'll invite them. Like we like including them in everything. And so she was one of those girls and she lived like a couple houses away from me when I was living in LA. And then over quarantine, she and I started messing around and started doing like nails together as just something like we wanted to try it out. She ended up like really liking it and like now she does it on like every day and she's like running a small business doing nails. So like she would always do mine for free because I'm her like test subject in a sense.
Yeah.
And so she came to LA to do basically all of my family members. And then my dad was like, oh, like it's really nice that your friend came. And I was just like, yeah. And then I told him like, she's not my friend, but she is, but she's not. He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, there's different types of friends.
There really are.
There's the friends of proximity, which is basically like the friends that you're friends with because you go to school with them, because you work with them, because you go to the same places often. Those are friends of proximity, basically meaning like if you pulled yourself out of that location, you wouldn't really be tied to them.
And that happened to me like out of high school. Don't really talk to my friends from back there just because we all go to different schools now. We're in different states. So
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think I talked to one person back in high school.
yeah, I really just talk to one person as well, and sometimes like a few others, but those are just like once in a blue moon to just be like, hi, are you alive? Great.
Yeah. I have a friend group who I kind of like became friends with senior year of high school.
Yeah.
And some of them follow the podcast. It's funny. And one of them, Maria, she was like my best friend senior year of high school. We've kind of grown apart, but like that's a natural thing when we go. But she's one of those friends where I could just text out of the blue and we can talk and then not talk for months. It's kind of that friendship where like
I would say love.
Yeah, that's me and my best friend.
Yeah. And like those are ones that I really value. Like, I would rather have a friend that like I could turn to and be like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, it's been a while, but then like we can go our separate ways, but we can always come back to each other and talk. But like, I feel like a lot of people put a lot of pressure on like friends when like it's okay to not be friends. Like, it's okay to grow apart. Like, there are a lot of people from high school that when I first went to my new high school, I was super big like friends with, but then like we just grew apart because our interests grew apart.
Yeah.
And I think it was a very interesting that I had to learn. Very interesting that I had to learn because like I have my one friend who we know about the marriage contract, Josh, from elementary school that I'm still friends with, and we talk once in a blue moon. But
Mhm.
we're ready to marry each other at 30 years old. Like, it's that those are
love
like the
that.
best. Those are
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
Cute.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's
gonna be a book.
Yeah, my
Aw.
friend is like what you were describing because she goes to like we were friends in high school. She goes to a different college and I go to a different college. We're in completely different states, but like whenever we talk to each other, it's like we were talking just yesterday. Like we pick up right where we left off, but we can go a month or 2 months without talking, and it'll be fine. We know that we deeply value each other and that we'll catch up.
yeah. Those are the friends that like those are what you would call like your intimate friends, because like those are friends that like know very deep things about you,
Yeah.
how you don't need to be tied by like proximity, you don't need to be tied with like a certain interest, or you don't need to be tied by anything. It's just like you are their friends and they're your and no matter what, that will never change.
Exactly.
Because like, you know, like if you really think about it, like how many friends, true friends, do you actually have?
Like
Right.
you guys and her, like 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably say like maybe like 5.
Yeah, maybe like 5.
Maybe like
5.
4. Yeah.
That's enough. Hey, that's enough. Okay. If
Yeah,
it's
I'm not here asking for like a whole friend group. Like I've been in big friend groups and they always like never work out.
They
It's
never
like
do. There's always so much drama.
so much
And
drama. So
drama
like
is entertaining.
smaller group is way better.
Yes.
And you know, there's room for everyone to talk and everything. And you know, we can peak on our common interest and blah 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 blah. And it's just like it's just way better. It's just the smaller, even just having one single friend is better.
I agree.
as like for sure, since it's only like 5 of you guys are all obviously going to be bridesmaids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm the maid of honor.
Oh, right.
We know, Maggie, we know, don't worry.
Yeah, we're not trying
A
to
bridesmaid? Don't do me like that. I am the maid of honor.
Ayman, well, I mean, you do have a sister, but I mean, I still
Oh no, you'll be my bridesmaid of honor, whatever you call it.
well, I'm not planning on getting married. So
Yeah, I don't plan to get married anytime soon.
Well, can we marry like a fictional character just to like have a wedding? Because that'll be fucking fun.
would be
Just
so
have a wedding, but like not a real bride or
We'll
groom.
plan it out. Maggie will plan it out. We'll all have our ball gowns.
Vegas.
Yes. No,
Let's
okay,
do
can we
it.
do a Disney wedding?
Okay,
Imagine the
so look, let me live
There's
up.
a castle.
I have always wanted to have one of those like Disney extravagant, like enchanted extras, like whatever wedding.
Yeah,
So
like the
fun.
whole thing.
They're expensive, right? But they're not as expensive as people think.
They're not like they're pretty pricey, but like a reasonable price is what I would say.
It's at Disneyland, like come on. But it's also like you get so much with it. And like Disneyland, they're really about like, you know, making it feel like you're this magical
Yeah,
moment.
it does. Yeah, I love Disney. Like my parents are always like, it's a capsule strap. I made them go so many times and spent so much money, but I love Disney. And I know that we were talking about doing like a book talk Disney trip, and obviously like just us
Yeah.
and like a few other trusted individuals in the community, because that can go bad really fast if we just like
Yeah, there's so many different like talks of different conventions or whatever you call it, cons and
no, this would just be like among us as like a friend group.
yeah, like you know, a friend group, like regardless book talk aside, it's just us as friends.
Yeah, like exactly. And I mean, I don't trust just any creator on BookTok. I know we're talking about like making internet friends, but there's some creators out there that have blocked so fast.
Literally, like, I mean, if I enjoy your content, my mind is gonna like be like, okay, well, maybe if the stars were aligned, you guys would be friends in real life based on like the content that you spew out, because
Mhm.
that tells me about your personality, and if I vibe with that, then I know I'll vibe with you.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. And
But
especially like when you join lives, I feel like that's when you get like a better idea of their personality as well.
True, very
But
true.
like you said, like their content, it does give you a good idea
There's
about.
some people that just like spew out some sort of certain content that I'm just like, I would not trust you in real life.
Yeah.
There's so
definitely.
I don't know about y'all, but like there are some people who make content and I just get anxiety from watching their content
Mhm.
that like I have to block them
Same. I have
because
to unfollow a few people because
like
of
and it's
Yeah.
just like and it's like I feel bad for doing it, but then I'm like I don't want to see this. Like or there's like some people who I don't even know, but like I've blocked their content. Like I've said I'm not interested in their content. And so like I've never seen them again. But like there's some like pages where it gives me like literal anxiety and I'm like
Yeah.
like
because
not
I
even just in the book
have
talk
that too.
community. Like
yes,
on TikTok in general.
there's
I get you.
book talk accounts that I had to block because I was just like, look, no, this is not okay. And I never feel like that about people. I'm pretty open about people, like I'll let your views may not line up with mine, but that's not going to defer me from what I'm doing or you from you, what you're
Yeah.
doing, fine, but just, don't come at me and I won't come at you. I'm very chill. I'm very laid back.
yeah,
I
you
don't
really are.
like blocking is like that's it, and there have only ever been about two creators who have made me feel like that.
Now I'm really curious. You're gonna have to tell us later on.
Yeah, spill the tea after.
After this,
I
let
know
us-
exactly who they are.
I have like
I feel the same way, and some of these people were my mutuals, but I kind of had to break that bond because seeing
Right.
their content would give me anxiety. And like whenever I go on social media, I don't go there to like consume negative things. Like I go there to consume
exactly
funny memes on books and book
Mhm.
recommendations.
escapism, literally.
Yeah, it's escapism. And some of these people, like I even agree with what they are saying, but that is not what I'm there to see.
Yeah, like I'm all
Well-
here for important conversations, 100%, absolutely.
I think there's
But-
yeah. Sorry,
But
keep going.
I just like said, like, I'm all here for important conversations. I will never back out from that. And I know spreading awareness and everything. But some people can like oversaturate that
Right.
and bring it out and like nitpick it, and I'm just like, we get it. You know?
Yes. Oh
That's
my
my thing is it's not the content that it's not what it's the way they say it. It's the
Yeah.
way they say it and the way that some people produce certain videos and like say stuff in like comments and like say stuff and you're just kind of like
To drag other people into it when it wasn't even that. It's like, okay, that's we're
Yeah.
not here.
Yeah. It's just
It's
like it becomes drama than education. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I've actually seen a video talking about this and I agree with it. And I definitely have made mistakes when it comes to this in the past. But it's like we have this part where we'll stitch or duet or just make videos like easily calling out people, not keeping in mind that these people can be minors and we are basically
True.
sending people to hate on them, especially if we're stitching where people can click and go leave a hate comment. And I definitely have like some people have like commented problematic things and I replied with a video. And I regretted that because I started seeing how much hate that person was getting underneath their comments. So, like I've definitely made this mistake as well, but I think we need to normalize DMing a person privately and maybe trying to talk that way because at the end of the day, you're not educating them if you're sending people to hate on them. And I've heard of people getting like anxiety attacks over this and like having to leave the app altogether. And that is never what something I like.
That's not the purpose. You're here to educate, you know?
Yeah, I've
Like,
had
I
that
never wanna, like, help that.
I've had that happen to me where like I would have preferred if they had DM'd me and I didn't even know the person. I had no idea they existed. And then I was like tagged in something and I was like, I had no idea who this person was. I'd never heard of them. Like I had no idea who they were. And then I was getting so much anxiety because I was like, you're acting like I knew who you were. Like I had no idea who you were. And like Grace knows, I almost was on the verge of a panic attack. I was
Yeah.
like, it was my birthday. I'm gonna spill tea, but it was my birthday. I was at my birthday dinner when I got the tagged video, and I like my friends noticed, like it was my birthday dinner. I was with all my friends. I was at Texas Roadhouse. I was with my family, and I was just quiet the entire dinner. And I was like shaking violently. I couldn't even focus on what my friends were talking about. I couldn't focus on what my family members were talking about. And like, yeah, that's a little bit of like my mental health issues, but it's also like
You never
there's
know
a
what the other
way.
person is going through. That's
Yeah,
also another.
Exactly. People forget that so easily.
yeah, and I think it's like it's easy to like to stitch, to tag people, to say like to make videos about a person, and especially when you don't know the full story and you haven't contacted them first.
Mhm.
Very true.
And I think that's like a very important thing. Like this I had like I said I was going to do like a rating system on my thing, and then somebody like stitched it, and like I after they stitched it, I was like, hey, like can you like DM me like your sources and stuff? I'm very interested in this, like can you like send me the links that you used for like this research and stuff? And they never responded to me, and I was like, I like even commented on the video. I was like, hey, I see you had a DM about this information, can you send it to me? They like never responded, and I was like,
Yeah, sometimes they don't even respond back. But I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Especially on
Yeah,
your
that's
birthday.
it's so unwarranted.
That
for
is
Yeah.
very unwarranted.
I'll
But
spill the tea after. Grace knows. Grace knows.
I was
I'll
about
spill
to
the tea
say,
after.
I think you may have maybe told me about this, but I'm not super sure. But I was actually having a very similar conversation with Kayla, Allison, and Bethany when we did like that acts of live stream, and they were saying the same thing. And they do have relatively big platforms, like especially Bethany, who's been, on the end of so much backlash because of kind of the educational topics that she's been giving out. And it definitely is very unwarranted. And I just feel like, I understand not agreeing with content, and again, that's what we've been talking about. But there's a reason why that block button is there.
Yeah, like no one owes you catered content or anything. However, that isn't an excuse for ignoring anything problematic within the book
Yeah.
community
I agree.
and not acknowledging it. That's not an excuse.
Mhm.
But you still don't owe anybody anything. But that's not like to hide the fact that you might be might have these problematic views or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so like there's no excuse, but that doesn't mean like you're just like that's like a pass, like you're not in the safe zone or anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the way that that mindset is like settled in certain people, that they just kind of forget that the whole reason why they're speaking out, why they're doing all these things, is because they're silent, because of being silenced and not being able to speak up before. But then in them doing this kind of megaphone type of content, they're silencing other people who have also something to say,
Yeah.
also who are here to enjoy themselves. And it's really harmful, because it makes people who come onto this app or come onto Bookstagram or whatever, and they make content because they genuinely like it, or because they're just here to have a good time, it doesn't become entertainment anymore. Like that's what this app is, it's for
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not for anything else. Like if you wanted to go ahead and go do this whole rant about it, create all of this research and blah 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 blah, you can go ahead and make a YouTube for that, and it's longer than 60 seconds. You can go ahead and do that. You don't need to be on TikTok to be bashing people who are here to just have a good time.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
like there is a thing about presenting information versus shoving it down people's throats.
Yep.
Very
There's
true.
definitely that as well.
There's
Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's definitely some like I feel like there's some like creators who see everything black and white,
Mhm.
and like it's like a this or that kind of thing, and you're like, it's not that. Like there's some issues where it's like a black and white, like that was racist, this is racism, this is anti-Semitic, versus like there's other topics where like it's not just. I think that's the thing, like with like the internet and stuff, people see everything as black and white, and it has to be either this or that. You can have no in between, and that goes on to American politics and everything. Like you have to either be on one side or the other. You cannot be in the middle. You can't. It's a lot of the things like you can't understand both sides. It's
It's
that thing.
like you
It's like,
can't be chill. You just
yeah,
can't live last
that's the
minute.
thing about Grace and I are really like in the middle when it comes to like certain topics where we can see both sides and we understand what both sides are coming from. Like we understand that.
Yeah.
Um and like that's why, and I feel like that is definitely, those people who are like that on TikTok are the older, like I would say like 20s to like 25 people
Like the
who,
millennials.
yeah, it's like the like zillennials, where it's like they're not really Gen Z, but they're also not millennials yet.
Yeah.
In the
It's
middle.
like that group where we've seen both sides and we're like,
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like the most like quote unquote problematic people are like millennials, unlike the really young people on this app. Like it's like
Yeah.
the two extreme ends.
The
Whereas like
extreme.
the others are in the middle. And one of my mutuals had made this video that I really liked, and it was just talking about kind of books, and it was like, you don't have to be a stan or anti. Like you can be in the middle. You can have nuance. You can notice the problematic and the wrong things, but you can also notice the good things and the positive things. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's actually really well put.
well, we always talk about loving morally gray characters. And like a gray
Right.
character is not black and white. Like you can recognize their flaws and their positives. So why can't you translate that to like certain things?
Yeah, I
Like
completely
True.
it's just,
agree.
it's kind of hypocritical when you say, "Oh, I love morally gray characters and stuff," but then like people who present topics and like you either feel this way or you don't. And you're like,
Yeah.
it's not that
Mhm.
simple. Like life,
Yeah, there's definitely more complexity than that.
yeah.
Yeah, there's layers for sure.
Yeah.
And it's so much more complicated, but people don't really want to look past that. They don't want to open up to it. And it comes from a lot of different things. You know, this
Mhm.
person may be feeling very forceful with their words and want to get this out there, but it's not really so much just because they want to say whatever they're saying. It's more that they just want people to listen to them.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
really because they are doing it for like some bigger purpose. They're doing it more for themselves. And at some point, you kind of have to realize that I remember we were talking with Beth, and it was kind of like this thing where her dealing with hate comments, and it was just like like when someone comes into her comments, she can do it both ways, where she can come and have a discussion with that person if they're willing to do it, or she'll look at the comment and know that that person just needed to say it, just to scream it out into the void.
Right.
You respond to them. And so it's kind of like you're letting that person do that, yell, scream, kick, whatever. And then it's kind of like, okay, do you feel better now? Are you
But
okay?
I would say like Beth is not a dumping ground for your feelings. And people have done that to me in my comment section. And I'm not a dumping ground for whatever's going in your life, in your head with
Exactly.
your emotions.
Nobody
I
should
delete
be.
Yeah, I delete
Yeah.
comments like that, and I don't hesitate to
Yeah.
block.
I'm just like,
But
I don't
I
have
block
time for
them
this.
at this point because of that. Because like today I kind of posted something not even controversial, but I did get a few just
It's like hot topic.
yeah, it is a hot topic with kind of chat on bone. So I did delete a few of those comments. And you know what, at this point, like you also have to be like, is this comment just negative, or is it like borderline problematic to where someone reading this from a marginalized community could feel very offended? Like there's
Yeah.
also that factor as well. But we could go on about this for forever, honestly.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
So, well, did we get kind of into, I know the only question that we have actually asked was how you guys met. But we haven't kind of got into how the four of us kind of came.
Oh.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah. That was a very interesting way the four of us came together, because like we didn't like have our first like Zoom like meeting until late January.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
late.
that's true. Yeah.
Because like I think I started following Melisa, and then I think during one of my lives, Ayman joined.
Yeah. I
And then
remember Grace following me.
it was like honestly, that is like still to date one of the best live streams I've ever had.
It was so fun. I usually don't even go on live streams or anything like that, but Grace is just like, you're just so interesting, and like you're so just fun to talk to, and I just had so much fun in that live, just like being a viewer. I remember Khadil was in there too, and we were just like vibing, just like all three
I
of us.
love
It was
that.
nice.
Like
Yeah.
the best like I literally remember like after that live, because we talked about so much, and we talked about like Hadil wanting to start her TikTok, and like I was just like, just post what you want to, just feel good about it. And I was like giving her all this advice, and we got into like some heavy, deep stuff, but it was like about like being confident in who you are and all these things. And like we were just, it was so good. And then like after I ended the vibe, because it was like super late and I had to eat, after I ended it, I went straight to my Snapchat private story, and I was just like, I just had one of the best live streams of my life.
Yeah.
These 4 girls were like the ultimate best. It was like so perfect. And I like followed both of you guys like right after, and like Rose and one more person, and it was just like perfect. And then that's how we became friends. And I didn't know how big of a following you had.
No, I have been following you for like a long time.
Because and that's
I
what
was like starstruck when you followed me back. I'm like, finally she noticed me.
I low-key feel that. Like, I'll just like one of my mutuals now. I was following him for a while, and I was just waiting for it was Kevin. Kevin.
I love
yeah.
Kevin.
I was waiting for you, and I was waiting for him to follow me back for a minute. And when he did, I was like, fine.
No, I'm telling you guys, like I'd be like manifesting people like, you know, following me back and everything by like tagging them and stuff and be like, oh my gosh.
Everything.
Like
Literally,
in their comments 24/7.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. But
yeah.
okay, yeah, with the live stream though, the people that are in your live stream either make or break it, like how engaged they are with,
True.
or if they're just waiting for me to talk, I'll just be sitting there like not doing anything. Like I'm just like I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm so awkward. Ugh.
But like okay, so back to how 4 of us got together. So great. So I didn't know Maggie. I had just known Grace, like I have mutuals with her. And Grace invited me to do like my first episode with you guys on the podcast. And that's how I became friends with Maggie. And I had such a fun time that I was like, oh my gosh, okay, like I want the 3 of us to talk like outside of it. And this was also like when Ayman and I were becoming like super close friends to where we were Snapchatting and texting each other every day. So when
Sure.
Maggie and Grace, like we were gonna do the Zoom, I was like, hey, Ayman, like, do you want to join? And then I texted in the group chat asking if that was okay. And I remember Maggie being like, hold on, like, Ayman, as in like Ayman C Books, because this was when you were like when you already had a big account, Ayman. And I remember Maggie being like, wait, like you guys are friends? Like I remember like Maggie being like so shook about it. And I was like, yeah. So then we had like our first Zoom call together, and that ended up being 4 hours. I remember that.
That was such a good Zoom call for like our first Zoom call. It was really good.
That was like
That's how we all
it
became
was
friends.
it was crazy because we just kept it was like the first time all of us were like talking together, so we just kept talking
Yeah.
about everything. Like we were just kept talking and talking, and we'd like say, okay, we need to go, and then 2 hours later we would end. It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah. It was
was
very
literally,
true.
food is the only thing that tore us away from.
I know. I think we
Yeah,
got
we get hungry and then we leave.
That's literally what stops us. And that's how you know like the friendship is real, because
Yeah.
like you literally go through so many topics together. Like we'll start about books,
Yeah.
and then we'll get into like, you know, book talk in the community and stuff, and then we'll get into like life.
we always
Yeah,
go through those
relationships,
things.
like-
Like we ease into the
Every-
harder topics. But no, at a certain point, like we just start with our okay, let's talk about our childhood trauma.
Yeah, let's like talk about, you know, why we all have mental illnesses, you know?
Just
Bring it out.
bonding time.
Yeah.
it's really funny because like I have told y'all like a lot of stuff that I haven't told people who like only like Jessica, like who her and I have like we talk about our trauma together. But like Carly doesn't know stuff that I've told y'all about. And it's really weird because like Grace and I had a conversation recently where we exposed a lot about ourselves. And it was
Oh.
before we filmed our last A Court of Silver Flames episode, and it was like an hour we spent talking beforehand. And we
Well,
just
well, we were gonna record.
we were gonna record, but we ended up not recording because we spent so much time just talking to each other.
And it was 'cause literally I was like talking, and it's because I had like this family issue, like not my immediate family, but my second ring family. And something happened, not even drama, but just like I was just like, oh great. And so I hopped on, sitting down, I'm in the middle of moving, and then I'm just like, I'm sorry, I just need a minute. And I just ranted for so long. And then I mentioned something. And then Maggie was just like, wait, what? And I'm like, oh
And
yeah.
I was like, this happened to me too. And then we just talked about it.
It just
I
ran
love
away.
that for you
And
guys.
Kind of funny, but it's also cute how you guys kind of like had a bonding moment there that lasted for like
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah, it's really weird because like Grace and I have known each other. Oh my gosh, in July we'll known each other for a year.
That's wild. Ayman, we still have like time to go.
Yeah, like
Wait.
we're
We
couple
started talking in
months.
November, right?
Yeah, November, I'd say. Yeah.
Grace, it'll be a year in July.
Aw.
Maggie's, if you guys are on YouTube, like Maggie's face is just like deer. I mean, if you guys aren't on YouTube, like deer in headlights.
that's crazy.
I don't think that's.
I'm coming up on a year on Book Talk.
I know I am too in July.
I'll be in
No,
August.
June.
I'll be in August too.
This
Yeah.
April is like, I think, my 10th month.
Damn.
Yeah, mine. I
doing
think.
monthly update on Book
I
Talk
remember
thing.
when you were doing that. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't
No.
seen it in a while.
Late, but I do it. Late, but I do it. It's because like lately, this month has been like my most active posting
Yeah.
in a while because of like all the edits,
Mhm.
which I need to do different ones because I'm tired of doing character. I don't know many characters. I haven't read
Right.
that much.
Girl,
Yeah,
do you want me to send you a
totally
spreadsheet?
agree.
Yes, please.
I will make you a spreadsheet of characters that you need to do, and then we'll just start marking them off.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because like I haven't been on TikTok, and I hear like people talk about like all the content they're posting, and I'm like, I feel bad for not liking your, because I always love to like just scroll through my For You page and like my like follow page and like just like everybody's content, or like if I haven't seen somebody's content in a while, I'll like go to their
do
page
that.
and
Yeah.
like their content and stuff, especially with like Beth.
Mhm.
I always go to Beth's to their page and like look through their stuff and like, oh, Beth.
Yeah. I know. We know Maggie.
Beth?
Don't worry. Yeah.
Beth posted a picture today on Instagram. If you know what picture I'm talking about, in the corset.
The blue one.
I'm gonna look it up.
I am
Yes.
looking it up literally.
We're all here just
Um,
like fangirling.
Yeah, because
Posted a video, girl, and the video was like, "Girl, you would die."
I died when I saw that photo. I had to like look around because I was in public when I saw it.
I'll
And I was
save
like,
the video and send it to you. I'll save the video.
please.
Oh, on their story?
yeah.
Yeah, on their story. Look on their Instagram story.
Wow.
Yeah.
They have so much power. So much
Beth
Literally. Oh my
Beth?
gosh.
can stab me with a sword.
I love Beth. I love seeing them talk on their TikTok too. Like I think Beth has, articulates their words so well, especially like when it's like
Really do.
hot topics and stuff like that. Like they can say it in ways that like I can't even explain. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Because they do their
I love
research.
them.
Like you can tell that they're very knowledgeable because they always kind of like cite their sources. They're just like, okay,
Very true.
like they're
Very
like,
true.
here's the website if you even need more information. Like I always love how they come up with evidence. Like I know that like she also made videos with like books and where she read these type of things from, like, people with PhDs, people who've been researching this like from studies and stuff. So like I'm gonna believe that than someone just spewing things really passionately, but you have nothing to back it up with.
And Beth does a really good job of like showing that like it's not all beautiful makeup and all these cosplays, that it's
Yes. They are so
So
real.
much
So
more.
real.
so much more. Like she posted, Beth posted this video, I think it was like a couple hours ago,
Mhm.
about like coming off of like a depression month, and like showing like the room completely in shambles. And I was like, dude,
Yeah.
same. Because that's me every other week. Like, and you don't realize it, like that other people are like that. You think like, damn, I'm such a slob,
Right.
feeling like not cleaning, not picking up, not putting anything back together. And a lot of people don't realize that like you're like not caring about your room or putting it together is like a sign of depression. And the fact
Yeah.
that Beth posted that and was like so lighthearted about it, but like this is what it is. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I just looked at it and I completely agree. And I feel like a lot of readers struggle with mental health. So I really appreciate it when creators have the courage to kind of talk about theirs, because it just helps maybe like us who are going through it feel less alone and like a bit more validated.
True.
Because when I'm depressed, it's the same. My like space gets extremely messy and dirty, and obviously I'm not cleaning.
Yeah.
Oh,
True. Like when there's cups everywhere, I'm like depressed.
Yeah.
It's like for me, the clothes as well. They'll be all around.
how well does it feel like when you come off of it and like you're like
Oh,
ready and you clean and
And
then
then
you're
clean.
it's just like
So good.
this weight lifted off of you.
Yeah, like it's like, but those good days are like, especially with COVID-19, they've been pretty rare. Like I'll have that one good day and then I'll kind of like go back into it. Obviously we just kind of, keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting because like people, like everybody talks about like their depression room and stuff.
Mhm.
But like growing up as a child, my dad is from the military. And I was never allowed to do that. So like
Mm.
for me, like to express like depression and stuff is like I've learned to like hide it and stuff. Like growing up, like I think a lot of people don't realize that like there are some parents who do truly like try to help their kids when it comes to mental health, but then there are some parents who just don't understand it and who have been taught
They
not to
think
like
it's
recognize it.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
exactly.
Yeah,
been
they
taught
ignore it.
not to recognize it and stuff, and I'm gonna admit it, that was my family. Like
That
it
was my
wasn't until
thing.
senior year of high
Yeah.
school that my parents took it seriously.
Mhm.
And like I wasn't ever able to like express the like having like a depression and stuff and like having like a full like depressive episode. I've always had
Trauma in
to
itself. Like that's
like
further trauma.
it's like I've had to conceal it so much
Mhm.
in me that like now like my anxiety comes with like putting on lipstick. I clean when I'm anxious. So instead of like having a really dirty room, I have a super clean room when I'm anxious and I have my anxiety or I'm in like a very depressive mood. Like I will stay in one spot of my room, and that is the one spot that I allow myself to have dirty. So like I have my couch in my room here, but I used to have it in my bedroom. And like over quarantine and stuff, when I would have like those days where I'd have escapism where I would spend a whole day reading, not going downstairs to like all my family was downstairs like doing work and stuff. My sister was in school. I was not. I was in my room reading all day and avoiding my family and stuff. And I would sit on my couch. And it was the one thing I allowed to get dirty where I like would have like blankets. Just like my idea of dirty though is not like actual dirty because of the trauma of having to keep my room so clean. Like Carly,
Yeah.
my roommate, she's like, I know you're anxious when I see that your lip gloss is halfway full, when I know your desk is like, when my desk is unorganized, even in the slightest. She knows that I'm like, it's bad. Because if
Yeah.
my depression has allowed me to get so like even just a little bit dirty and not clean it up, she's like, you're far gone. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I get
You
that because like,
roommates.
yeah, go ahead, Grace.
Oh, sorry. I was saying you and I would be like the perfect roommates.
see, okay, thank you. Because my friend Jessica said we will never room together because she will kill me before she rooms with me. And it made me feel so bad about myself. Like, I love Jessica, but like, she was like, I would never be able to room with you because I think I would literally like kill you. We would never be good roommates. And that's fine. But it did hurt me a little bit. And I was like,
I mean, yeah, that is kind of like
That is kind of like
that's
an
a-
attack.
that's
What?
brutally honest, maybe.
Yeah,
Could never be me.
there's nothing wrong about Maggie. Like,
it's we've had
I
that relationship where we can't spend more than a couple hours together. So like rooming together would
Mhm.
literally drive us crazy.
Yeah,
See-
that happened to me too. Like, especially kind of like last year when I lived in the dorms. Now I have my own apartment. I said like no to, like, it's like whenever my friends ask me, I was like, I really don't want to ruin our friendship just because I am a person who likes to like, I'm like, a lot of people see me as like extroverted, and in a way I am, but I can only
Yeah.
do that if I have my own time to myself.
Yes.
Very
yes.
true.
If I have like people in my space, I can go a little mental. So I was like, I don't want to ruin our friendship. I want to preserve our friendship. So I will politely decline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that too, where
I
it's like,
It's crazy because like you got to find somebody who understands that,
And
because
not a lot of people will.
and that's why I think
Mhm.
like Maggie, you and I would be like the perfect, because number one, I'm super messy when I get in those states, and when I
Yeah.
it's like enough, but it's not like whatever. Number two is like we vibe so well, and we basically have like one collective bookshelf together.
Mhm.
Number three is like I'd probably cook, but then you would probably do a lot of the drinks. Number four
that's
is
something
like
I'll have to talk about with y'all this weekend. Something happened this weekend, and I'm gonna have to talk to y'all about that. I'm gonna have to expose myself.
oh
I have
I'm
to
ready
know
for
now.
it.
oh you gotta know. And then the last one is just like because like we the whole reason why we started this podcast is because we would spend so much time talking to each other on FaceTime and whatever. Like we've said multiple times on this podcast already. But like there have been times where like we'll talk every single day, all day,
Mhm.
and then we'll go like 4 days without even talking to each other.
Yeah,
And
Ayman
it's
and I
because we
do
both
that.
understand and we both are like that, yes, like yeah, we're here, but then like okay, that's enough. And then go. And so like that's why I feel like you and I would be perfect for each other, because like we would be like in the same vibe or whatever. You'd be cleaning, I'd be making a mess. That's fine. And then like as soon as one of us gets tired of the other, we'll go, and the other one would just be like, fine, I was tired too. I needed some space too.
Yeah, I
I
get that. I
Ayman
think
and
me
I
and Melissa would never shut up.
No, we would never shut up, and I feel like we might just die because neither of us cooks, neither of us
Yeah,
clean.
we'd literally like, wring each other out until like we're completely exhausted. I can like, appreciate Melissa because she's always the one that's like, it's kind of late, or we should end the live, or like, let's go to sleep now. I appreciate
I
that.
am always that person because I'm
Yeah.
just like, we've been talking for like 5 hours now. Maybe we should
Yeah, no,
eat food.
everybody else needs to be that person because I will never be that person, even though like I should be like I like should like step up and be like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. But like I just like it will never be me because I'm just so anxious.
I
Oh
know,
yeah.
but yeah, if we roomed, we would like need to get someone to do cooking, cleaning, because I know that neither of us are gonna do that.
No, we can't.
So I have the perfect solution. See, you guys just move in next to me and Maggie, and you guys just come over all the time.
Yes.
Perfect. It's the perfect plan.
Yes. I'll yeah, that is the perfect plan.
It's funny because like Grace and
Literally. Well, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say like Grace and I have this like we have this mutual understanding where like we can get tired of each other, but it's okay that we get tired of each other. Like we
Mhm.
don't have to like we could talk for hours and stuff, but there are times where we're both super busy and we both just can't like talk to each other, or like we can't like I think I lost our Snapchat streak, and we both were just like whatever. Like I'll just randomly
Mhm.
Snapchat her back and she'll be like okay, and then I won't Snapchat her again for like 4 days. I'm a really bad texter too, but Grace is the only person that like I will actively text back. But then there's sometimes when Grace doesn't answer me, but then she's texting in the group chat and I'm like, Grace, answer my text message. This is
You're
important.
putting
I
a
need
two
to
and two together.
Sometimes you forget.
That's
I forget, and then sometimes it's just like I saw the message and I responded, but I didn't write anything.
Because
I know, I get
got
that.
to. I
It
do
was-
that. Like I'll see a notification and in my head, I replied back, and hours later I'll realize that I never actually typed it out and sent it. I'll do that.
Literally me. That's me with like emails, especially. Like I'll be like,
Same.
yeah, because
Like,
like
it's so
sometimes when I
bad.
wake up, like the first thing I look at is my phone, and I'll look through
Yeah.
notifications and emails, and like I'm so deranged and everything when I wake up. I'm just like half like very zombie like, and I'm just like reading it but also not reading it, and like my brain is like half processing it. So then I just like forget to reply, and then it's like the middle of the night and I wake up and I'm just like, wait, I forgot to reply to that email that came like a week ago.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's
Yeah.
like sometimes Maggie will be texting me stuff about the podcast or like about like things that we need to get done. And like I'm in the conversation. I'm like, oh, this idea, let's do this. How about that? How about that? Right. And then all of a sudden I just stop responding in the middle of the conversation, right?
It's
And
so
I'm like-
annoying because I get going and I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then like I'll text her, hey, I need you. Hey, does this time work? She doesn't respond for like 5 hours. And I'm like,
That
This
can
is
be
why
me
I
sometimes.
asked you.
Sometimes I like
Literally.
ghost in the middle of the conversation.
this happened on Saturday where we were texting and then I asked her like, hey, are you free to talk with blah, blah, blah.
Did I respond?
I think you just liked it. I was like, okay. So then I sent the email the next morning. I was like, hey, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time sounds great. Grace and I are so excited to talk to you. And I was just like, I mean, it was a wild night Saturday night.
Wait. You were texting me about 1 p.m. meeting with her or 1 p.m. with the book club?
1 p.m. with her. Grace.
Grace.
I have to message her and tell her, hey, can we no, it's okay.
Wait, why?
Because it's Sunday, girl.
It's Saturday. I literally said
See, we were having 2 different conversations at the same time. We were having 2 different conversations at the
literally
same time.
looking it up.
Mad at Grace.
Okay,
like,
I literally
this is
said
so much.
I literally said, what time can you film with on Saturday? And you said this Sunday? And I was like, May 1st. Are you good for 1 p.m. Saturday? And you just liked it. I was like,
I was just like, that means yes. That means yes.
or she'll sometimes dislike it, and I'm like, what does that mean? I'll ask her a question, and she just like dislike it. I'm like, that's not what it means.
That means
She just
no.
gives the bare minimum.
Hey, sometimes that's all I can
No,
get.
I can't blame you because I do the same thing. Like, I'm not the type of person that keeps the conversation going unless the other person is talking. And like they're replying too, but like I'm not trying to be the last one to say something or anything like that.
I have to be the last one. Unless
You didn't even text me back.
Unless
Maggie is just like
in the middle of the conversation.
It's funny because I texted you good for 1 p.m. Saturday, and then you liked it like a couple hours later, and then I sent you a voice memo at 11 p.m. and you were like having fun. I was like, yes.
you sent me that voice memo, and it was like the thing that we're going to talk about later. And so, of course, I'm going to respond to that because I got to make sure you're good, you know. But
Right.
Well,
if
I
it's not life or death, I won't. It's like, okay.
girl, I was trying to send out that email like that minute,
know,
and you
my
weren't
bad,
responding.
My bad. I'm sorry. And those of you listening, just know
They're still listening. I still
things that get done because of Maggie. Props to Maggie.
I like that balance between you guys.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. You guys are so polarizing, but also like so similar at times. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
why I named myself the manager of the podcast. So like every time like I write an email and stuff, I used to put Grace and Maggie. Now I just put Maggie, manager / co-host of a very bookish podcast.
CEO.
Grace does not respond to emails, Instagram DMs. I might like your DM if you send us a DM.
Which is annoying because then I go through the DMs and I'm like, wait, I did not see this DM.
Oh,
Like, it
okay.
pops up and I'm just like, man, I never see anybody's
Honestly,
DM. Let
I'm
me
pretty
go
sure Grace
check.
has done that to me. I asked a question.
And then I
I liked
responded,
it.
and then you
It took a
responded, and
while
then
for
Grace.
the response to come in. It took
Yeah,
a while for
like,
the response
okay.
to come in. I saw that it was liked, but it was a question, so I was expecting a response, not just a like.
So I think it was like you were talking to us about something, about a show. No, about Winx.
Yes.
Yeah, that one conversation.
Yeah, it was with the Winx
That
Club.
show.
In the group chat.
You were talking about it, and then you said, "Oh, who's your favorite?" Or did you watch the show? And I respond back, "No, I didn't watch the show, but It's pretty good. I like them. They're very cute or something like that.
But like,
And
I was
Maggie
the one
was-
having the conversation, though. I was the one having the
Mhm.
conversation with her, and then you just responded, and then I look, and I'm like, I didn't write this, and then I realized Grace. So Grace has all the login information, so Grace can't see emails, or like all the DMs and stuff. We both share it, and we can see it. So like she
Mhm.
can post on stuff too, but I usually am the one to respond to everybody. But or sometimes she'll be like, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I'm like, "No, thank you for showing me." But then she'll like respond before I can respond, and I was meaning to respond, so then I have to write like Maggie so that they know it's from me, and the other one's from Grace.
Oh yeah, I have noticed that you've been doing that lately.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I want to be, but I gotta say, like, Maggie's gonna be running the Bookstagram and handling emails. But we just launched a TikTok.
I noticed. I followed.
Just launched a TikTok. It has
I'll look
no
it up later.
videos yet. Probably by the time that this is uploaded, we'll have an intro video.
Uh-huh.
And TikTok is gonna end up having like little clips and snippets from our
I think that's such a smart idea.
That
Advertising.
is smart.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
like things that we do on the podcast, also for like things that we have upcoming, like books that we're reading, because we're trying to do more book related episodes. So we're gonna try to have our viewers give them a heads up of like certain books that we're going to be reading, so that way they can read along with us
Mhm.
and then listen to the episode with us, kind of like a podcast book club kind of thing, but very loose term with that. And so I am going to be handling the TikTok, because honestly with TikTok I'm much better at managing posting and interacting on TikTok. I can do that no problem.
Same.
Because I can literally make content if I'm not being in the face, if like my face is not in the video, I can make content like no tomorrow and have posts ready with the hashtags, everything, so that in like morning meetings when I'm in class where I'm teaching, I can just like open up TikTok, post it, and then during my break, check everything. I'm pretty good with TikTok. Bookstagram, it's like weeks in between when I'm posting
Same.
my story.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't posted anything. Let me go through my.
I've been posting like my TikToks, but not even all of them. So once in a
They've been
while.
doing really well though on your Bookstagram. They've been doing really well.
I know. I literally don't see
Yeah.
my notifications. So whenever people like follow me, it just keeps on getting drowned out by the likes that I'm getting. And my latest
Yeah.
kind of like go quote unquote viral is kind of like a thirsty sound slash suggestive content. So it's been interesting, let me tell y'all. But
Yeah.
by the way, did we have any other questions? Because did we just trail off at the end of?
Oh yeah.
I was just like, did we just answer one question?
We answered. Well, yeah, we kind of got to how we all met, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Where were we? Okay.
Okay, so I think we kind of used question. Did Grace freeze? Oh, okay. You were just like, and I was like,
That's a very good task, because then my kids are just like, she froze, and they do whatever, and I'm just like, man, y'all are fake.
fun. So I have to tell y'all a funny story. So I'm in acting right now,
Oh,
right? And I had a monologue due, and this monologue is where a woman, she's like in her like old apartment in New York City. Her dad just died. Her sister she hasn't seen in like 7 years, and she's like cleaning the apartment and stuff. And she's basically going through a mental breakdown. And she's talking about how she slept on the airport floor, like how many germs are on the airport floor. Then she like starts hysterically crying about her hair, and because she hasn't like washed it in like 5 days, and it's like really greasy. She feels gross. She hasn't taken a shower. The apartment is flooded. It's disgusting. It's gross. There's no air conditioning. The power is out and stuff. And it's this monologue that I'm performing. And like by the end, I just like started crying, and like and then like I ended, and then I went, "Thank you." And everybody looked at me and they were like, and then we had like a questions time and like a feedback time, and they told me, they were like, "We were genuinely worried about you." And I was like, all my years of practice.
damn.
So this kind of flows into my question. This is like a random question, but when y'all were little, did y'all ever like fake being sick and stuff, and like fake cry and stuff to make your parents feel bad? I
Fake
used to do that.
sickness for sure. Yeah.
I used to fake being sick at school, so I would go with my grandpa, and he'd pick me up because he was
No,
retired.
I literally still do that. I'm in college and I still do that.
For sure, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'll do that when I have a full-time job too. That's
My mom is in on it too, because like me and my mom work together.
Yeah.
So like if she ends up like, man, I don't feel like going into work tomorrow, and I'll be like, man, me neither. We gotta go visit your mom, right? She's sick. We gotta go visit your mom, and she's just like, yeah, we do. She'll send the text, and I'm like, I gotta go with her. It's a long drive. I have to go with my mom.
Right.
So we're both gonna be calling sick. Sorry. And they'll be like, okay. Man, we both take off for the day.
What if your coworkers
Chill.
see this?
If you guys see this, you know that you do it too. Don't be lying.
I mean,
Call them
everybody does it.
out.
Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Oh, about like people finding out about the podcast. No, I don't want to say that because then
Say it.
No.
Ooh, I want to know.
I want to know.
It's about the thing, about the person.
Oh, the person who you've been talking about on your story?
Yeah.
He asked about us?
Hey, do I have you on Snapchat?
Yeah, I rarely check Snapchat though. I'm so bad at
rarely
it.
check Snapchat either.
No, then don't worry about it. I'll tell you guys after, because if it so happens
Okay.
that the person ends up finding this podcast, I don't want them to find this episode and then find out what I was thinking about them.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna do that. Anyways, so it's kind of getting late. We've had about 2 hours running, about an hour and a half.
An hour and a
Really?
half, yeah.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
going so fast.
It literally feels like how our usual day goes.
True.
We've gone through so many topics.
We really have. We always do.
Yeah.
We always jump from topic to topic. Then I'm just like, wait, we only answered one question. I didn't know like how many people ask a question or
One
if-
person asked multiple questions. You know,
Okay.
so like
I want to know who one person
Next
is
time
after
we'll
that.
ask.
okay, we'll shout them out. We're gonna shout them out because they are the only one who asked questions. It's me again.
I'm not familiar with the username because it's like
Mhm.
for my top followers, whenever they keep on commenting and DMing me, I know them and I always like reply back to my DMs and like top comments and stuff like that. So I've gotten like pretty well acquainted with some of my followers.
I have
Same,
two.
yeah.
I love it when like I have a one follower who is constantly responding to my story and stuff, and I've even moved them to my primary DMs because they respond so often and I like talking to them. But then I'm running a giveaway right now. And I like even
Yeah.
said like on my Instagram story like, "Hey, I'm going to release it next week." And then I keep getting DMs and comments and they're like, "Hey, have you released the winner yet?" And I'm like, "Well, it wasn't you because I picked the winner. I just haven't released it yet."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "I know it's not you, so I'm just not going to respond to you." Like, I'm sorry, but I really don't want to do it right now. I'm trying to wait till I get paid so I can actually pay for the giveaway.
True.
Please let me just
I've gotten so many ignorant DMs ever since
have
joining this
too.
community. Like it's so ridiculous. Like especially DMs from like certain fandoms and stuff. I'm just like, please leave me alone. Like I didn't ask for your opinion or anything.
Oh yeah. It's always like the ones who are just like, you want this way too much.
Yeah, you're trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you a reaction. I'm just like,
Most of the time, like I will just delete or block those type of things.
yeah.
yeah.
Same. I just like immediately delete. I don't even like accept it.
Yeah.
So I have a fun question, or more of a lighthearted question. So I've recently got myself like a book reader stand
Nice.
because I'm tired of like my book being flat on the table
Mm-hmm.
when I'm doing something with my hands, because I multitask. It's, you know what? It's on, let me be straight up. It's when I'm eating breakfast and I don't want to hold the book up to read. That's
Right.
really why I got it. I got it so that I can read while I'm eating breakfast. Lunch, I eat
I
breakfast.
think that too, because I do enjoy reading while reading, but it's hard to do.
Oh,
yeah.
So my question to you guys is, do you guys have a bookish related item that you like have to have?
That you swear by?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me grab it real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yes, demonstrations.
I know.
My bookish item that I swear by is the book itself.
Okay.
The thumb holder, you know, that holds down your pages
Oh.
like that.
Does it crease your book though?
I mean, this book is already creased, and no, actually, um, like it actually holds it pretty down sturdily, and it's really comfortable too. Somebody got this off my wish list for me, and it just like because like I have like very shaky hands, so it's really nice because it holds the pages steady, and then I can't read unless the book is completely still. So it just keeps it still, and especially if like the book is very floppy, um, I can just like read easier or more
Yeah,
easy.
easier.
Easier. Sorry. Um, and yeah, like I sometimes I don't even feel it. Like it's so natural, and I just turn the page, and then it holds it down too. Obviously, so like I don't know if I'm reading outside, which I usually never do. Like the pages stay down and everything, but it doesn't crease
Fine.
the edges or anything. The spine is already very creased anyway, but yeah, it keeps it down. It doesn't damage anything from what I noticed. I've started using it pretty recently, and like I can't live without it now.
Yeah, for me, I have a bend, like like the reader lights, but it's pretty cool in the sense that it bends and it clips, and it's wireless, like it's with a USB charger, and once I charge
Right.
it, it's fully charged. So yeah, that's what I use. I don't have like too many bookish items, to be honest, but I'll probably change that in the future. I might get that stand and that something.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I want the stand too. I think that would be useful. I also have this like
send me the
neck
link,
light that I
Grace.
put around my neck. I saw
Just
someone using that.
Yeah, great. It looks really functional.
It looks
I'm
like
gonna get that. Send me
it
the
looks
link,
like
please.
what chefs use, like to hold the
Yeah.
books open.
I think for that, but
Yeah.
computers took over.
Yeah.
It's
as it
small
should.
though. It looks
It is
small.
pretty small. It's not overly big, which is what I was afraid of, because like I like to have my book very accessible, and like I don't like holding it too much unless I'm like
Me too.
what I'm doing. So this one, I got it for myself for my birthday. Carly from Library of Carly.
I
I
definitely
was
thought you were
literally
talking about
to say,
Carly, my Carly. I was like,
I know
did she send
Carly.
you? I was like,
I saw that on her story, and I'm like,
Yeah.
where'd you get it? And she sent me the
Yeah.
link.
Girl, I swiped up so fast because like so many
Yeah.
people had different ones.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, dang, how do I know that it's like an actual good one? And she told me like how it is and what it's made of and like all of these things. And I was just like, oh, send me the link. Sent it to me. I added it to my wish list. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me just stop playing around and let me just get it right now. I ordered it on Saturday. It got here Monday.
I do that a lot. I'll like my wish list is not necessarily there for anybody else to like purchase stuff. It's for me to keep track of like what I want and what I need. And I eventually buy myself everything.
Oh yeah.
so I have a question. This just popped in my mind when we were talking about Instagram stories and stuff. So I opened my Instagram, I think it was Saturday, and then I see something and I'm like, Ayman, you got
What
a
did I do?
package from Netflix. The
Oh,
Shadow and
yeah.
Bone
Oh my
package.
gosh, yes.
Please tell me about that and how that
Yeah.
happened.
That
I've
was
seen so many
insane.
people receive it. It looks
So-
so cool.
So it's from Macmillan Publishing. And Macmillan is like this mother company of so many different other publishing houses.
Yeah.
So it was Macmillan, and then under Fierce Reads is the one who gave it out. And I got an email like about a month ago saying that they're giving it out to the first 22 people that sign up. So I signed up immediately, didn't think I would get it. And I've worked with Macmillan before with other books and everything. And I didn't know that this was going to be a paid sponsorship or anything like that until I got more emails about it. But we got the box, and it was also a paid sponsorship. And if you posted it the day because they had a certain window of when you had to post it, either Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you posted it on Friday, the day the show came out, you'd get an extra $50. You'd get a bonus and everything.
Yeah, that's so nice. Do you get
Yeah.
products and money?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I would have posted for free.
I know. I would have
Yeah,
posted.
I didn't know it was. I was like, I was glad to get it for free. I didn't know it was a paid sponsorship because they sent out so many emails right after that as soon as you got accepted. Because they had like certain guidelines that you had to go by, and make sure you used this hashtag, you added this company, you said these things in your video, you included this and that, and blah blah blah. And you couldn't use like any music on it unless it was like the two that they approved that they sent in the email, and they were the most ugliest pieces of music ever. So I just didn't end up using it. But I really loved it. I didn't know it was going to be as extravagant as it was until it came in. Like it was so nice, and like there was like this chocolate babka, which is like this like bread roll with like Nutella. That was delicious. And like there was these waffle like kind of crispy thingies. I don't know what
With caramel in the middle.
To the show, then
those were delicious. And
So-
it was so nice. I will never forget that experience.
What did your parents think when you got that in the mail? What did they think about that?
So like I got it pretty early in the morning, and they didn't see it until like, because my parents usually they work in the morning and they come back like later in the night. And they didn't know, and like I knew I was getting this box, but I didn't know at all how it looked like or anything like that. And when they saw like the cardboard box like on the kitchen counter, because that's like where I opened it up, they're like, what came in and everything, and I showed it them. Like it was like a whole ass suitcase.
Yeah. I saw your TikTok and your Instagram post on it.
Yeah, literally, it was so nice. I literally have it like, I don't know, you can't really see it, but it's up there on
Yeah.
my
I
bookshelf.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see it. We're thirsty like that. We know exactly what it looks like.
No, but I'm so glad that you were able to, because honestly, like you deserve it.
Oh, thank you so much.
I was
But
proud.
Yeah, a few of my mutuals got it, and one of my that got it, she said that she had no idea. Like they had not emailed her in any way, and her platform is pretty small.
Yeah.
So she wasn't like, she has 5,000 followers on both Instagram and TikTok. So she was like, she was so surprised like when she posted about it. She was like, they had never emailed me. Like it literally just showed up at my door.
No, I've had that with like, because like we were texting like in a group chat like when this came out and everything, and I think at like in the group chat that I'm in, I was the first one to get it, and I'm like, you guys, the shadow and bone box, it's like incredible. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And as point like we had gotten emails saying like you were accepted, and then some people got the box but they didn't get any sort of email saying that they were accepted.
Yeah.
But then they later got emails with the guidelines in which like what you had to include in the video.
Yeah.
Which was weird because like it's also a paid sponsorship, and I don't know, it was just like, because like they said only 22 people are getting it, but it felt like maybe 50 people got it.
Oh no, I feel like way more, because a lot of authors got it too. I don't know.
I saw a lot.
that-
Ben Barnes got it. I saw that on his story.
Ben Barnes, Adam Silverett, Victoria Aveyard, like literally all, like,
Alexandra Bracken.
yeah.
So many
like,
authors got
literally
it.
all of like Lee Barduga's author friends also got it.
Yeah, like the inner circle for like her.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that it was like people who were for the paid sponsorship.
Yeah,
That's what the like those 28 spots were for. And then there was like
yeah.
the press release for like people who
feel
were
like
Public,
yeah, that's true. But I also feel like I saw way more like as far as like the sponsorships and stuff. Like I know like separately the authors were given it like probably for free and everything like that, and no obligation to it, whatever. But I still feel like I saw way more than 22 influencers with
I
the
have
box.
like that, like those 3 days, my For You page was flooded with it.
All of that.
I try to get it out as
I
fast
have
as
all.
possible because we all wanted to post it on Friday because you got a bonus. You posted it on Friday.
I feel like
I posted it like in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, as you should, get that back.
Yeah, I posted as fast as possible because like I knew it would have been drowned out hadn't I not posted it like pretty early.
You have to be ahead of the trends. You really do.
Yeah, I literally like I edited it because it was like an unboxing and I had to put it all in 1 minute. So I edited it on my I made the video like on my camera roll instead of TikTok, and then I edited it on iMovie. So it's like very cut through, and I cut it out a lot because I was just rambling, and I kept on saying, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," every 3 seconds. Um, so
Love that.
yeah, it was just like it was pretty strict for a
Yeah.
sponsorship. I've never had a sponsorship been that strict.
Yeah,
And-
the ones that I have with Penguin Teen are pretty chill. They really
Yeah.
Penguin Teen are some of the most pretty chill people I've ever
Penguin
worked with.
Teen, I just did the If I Stay sponsorship, and they were literally like, do whatever you want. You have
Yeah,
full
they don't
creative
judge
thing,
you.
like
They are so nice
do
with that.
whatever you want. Versus like I've had the one for Fireborn and Flamefall, and they're like, you need to say this, like you need to talk about you need to do a review for the books and stuff. Versus like the If I Stay one was like, whatever you want to do. And I was
I
like,
love that about Penguin Teen because they're also so like fluid with like who they reach out with and everything. It's not like a certain community. I've worked with publishing companies and stuff like that that only reach out to like a certain community, which is I think is very discriminating and discouraging because it's like everybody deserves, hype or like recognition and like use their platform to talk about the books that they love. So I like that about Penguin Teen is because like they reach out to a whole diverse group of people.
And like I've talked to them before, and for the Hill We Climb, it's an Own Voices poetry book. They did include in the mail. They were just like, we have reached out to Own Voices reviewers first, and I really appreciated that they did that. Yeah, like that they're giving the communities like the first opportunities before reaching out to all others. And yeah, they do give you a lot of creative comments, and I'm just like, you don't even have to pay me. Honestly, I'll do it for free. Like, I just love working with Penguin Teen. So
Yeah, they are some good people.
they are so
James is
awesome.
really nice. James is so sweet.
James Atkins or something.
Yeah.
He's like the PR for those of y'all listening.
Yeah.
He's the one who is reaching out to us and giving us these
Yeah.
opportunities. And like you said, like you don't need to have a huge platform for it because Penguin Team pretty much is like cool with working with anyone.
I think like their start off is like 5,000 followers because I know some people
up that because before this I have seen people like I joined the influencer list when I had 3,000 followers. They upped it because I think they were just getting so many influencers because TikTok does make it relatively easy for you to get to 1,000 followers.
True.
So I think they just kind of made it to 5,000 so that you are like at least like posting.
Yeah, I signed up when I was like at less than 2,000 followers.
I
And
think
then
at first it was 1,000. Now
Yeah.
it's 5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's 5,000 because I think I've gotten 3 packages from them. So I got Winder Keep, Fireborn / Flamefall, and then If I Stay, which
Right.
I'm fine with because like I don't need that much. So like once every other month, perfect for me. But I actually might discontinue doing it to allow somebody else to do it because my content is not being YA anymore.
Yeah. And that's
I
And-
understand that. Yeah. That used to be me, like just kind of accepting whatever came at me no matter what. But like my content is like I'd say mostly YA and a bit of like NA and some Wattpad and everything. So because like at first Penguin Teen, they reached out to me. I never reached out to them or anything. Like at first it was Penguin Random House that reached out to me. And they're like the mother of all like the Penguin companies and everything like that. And we did kind of books that are like self-help type stuff and like not necessarily stuff that's like for my page, but they still wanted to get it out there, and I accepted it because I was excited to like do something for once.
Yeah.
And like I was like kind of shocked, like Penguin Random House is reaching out to me, and that's like really cool and nice and everything, but like my content is mostly about YA stuff. Why hasn't Penguin Teen reached out to me? And then when they finally did, because I felt like I was like the last one to be reached out to them, it was really nice. They're like some great people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
With Penguin Teen, we love you if you can.
Yeah, Penguin Teen is amazing. James is great. James is really nice too. Like I had
emails really fast.
So fast.
James
I
literally on like freaking midnight. Like I literally sent
I love
email
that
at like 11:45. He responded at midnight, and I was like, I thought you were asleep. I thought that I would not be getting like back till the morning.
I get like this is their job, so they're probably working during the weekdays, and I usually never get replies on weekends or anything like that. Like it's just like ghosted, or like it's just like that's the weekend. It's time for everybody to take a break and everything. But like with Penguin Teen, they like respond immediately.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so the episode has been running late. Right?
There goes Melissa telling us that we
No,
need to
because I
go-
know like
need
half
her.
an hour ago, Grace was like, it's been like an hour and a half, and I'm like, I feel like it's been another half an hour since
It's
you started.
almost 2 hours. We started at 48-ish.
Okay,
we,
cool.
we have a kind of a couple of announcements first.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This up. So we did mention that we have a TikTok going.
Yes.
Very
I
excited.
need to find that.
I'm following already.
Yeah, it's only me, Grace, and Melissa who are following.
Make that
Very quiet.
4.
So it's not going to go anywhere. We will be posting a couple of snippets of episodes and a few updates and just some other stuff that we can post on TikTok because TikTok is fun. And we are also well, do you want our handle? It's a very
Bookish
A
podcast.
very big
It's
podcast right here.
podcast is there, and we are still in the works trying to get a few surprises out for you guys.
so. Do you want me to announce it?
Yeah.
I want to
So
know.
wanna know.
Grace currently lost her Apple Pencil, so it's gonna be a little bit longer before this actually goes out. But we are currently in the works of creating a pin. It is a
I want
it is a it's a bookish boyfriend pin theme. And it's very exciting because kind of our preface is, I don't know, I probably mentioned this before. I think we've slightly mentioned it, but we actually have an Instagram handle. It's called A Very Bookish Shop. So that's kind of our thing, is like a very bookish podcast, a very bookish shop, and then we have a very bookish group. Don't follow the shop. It has 0 followers.
Now I
It's
wanna
not
follow
there
it,
yet.
though.
But
It's
for
not
those
there.
listening,
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we'll be releasing, and it's gonna be a pin. It's Grace. I sent her the sketch during my finance class. I had it come to mind, and I was like, we have to do this because we've been talking about like doing merch
Yes.
and stuff, and like doing like podcast pins and like sending guests like mugs and stuff. And so I was like, what if we did, Grace was like, what if we did pins? What if we did stickers and stuff? So there is a pin that we are hopefully going to get started this summer. It will probably start with a pre-order for the pin, but it is going to be a bookish boyfriend.
we'll probably release it on
Well, you
the
guys
year, on the anniversary of our friendship.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
good.
Really cool.
I
Good
think that
plan,
that's gonna be when we release a couple, like when we actually like drop all of the things. And keep in mind, like the design process for enamel pins, it can be done very quickly. If I had my pen, my Apple Pencil, it's in a box. Okay, it's in a box somewhere. The design process probably takes about a couple of weeks, and then we have to get our manufacturer to make these things, and then doing all of our packaging and stuff like that. So we do
Right.
want to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. We have one pen that is based on our podcast, a couple of things that we talked about on our podcast. So if you know, it's kind of like a little inside joke.
Yeah,
to you.
because I actually sent like a couple ideas for pins is what I like. I think one day where Grace and I were really like, we were really into it, and and she was saying stuff, and I was just sending her sketches because like I can sketch, I just can't draw. Like I could sketch it basics, black, white,
That's
colored blocked, send it to Grace. Grace can fit like make it look nice and pretty, but we have like the bookish boyfriend pin, and then we have like this pin set where it's like you choose one that relates to you kind of pin. So it's like the
Kind of like,
same.
have you guys been seeing those- yeah, it's like that trend on TikTok, almost like you either have the face of like a fairy, a Bratz or whatever those. It depends on which one of those videos I have seen. So you either have a face of a fairy, a vampire, or
Werewolf.
or
Oh.
something like that. Something, one of those things. It's one of those creature things. And when we were talking with
like a
Tim,
Hogwarts house or something.
Similar. It's kind of like that where like you choose which one relates to you the most.
Gotcha.
It's like, because when we were talking to Tish, I kind of threw it out there about like nostalgia creatures and things like that. I told her how like some people have told me that I give off like werewolf vibes. And I'm like, I don't see it, but I guess so. So they say that I like have like a pack mentality, that like I want to keep everybody together. I like keeping, and and I agree. I kind of do have that. I don't have like the cold off vampire vibe, but it's kind of like one of those things. So you're either a werewolf, a vampire, and a couple of other creatures that we in the book community know about. So it's one of those. It's like a set of them. So it's like you pick which one you like. We have a couple of pins on certain books that Maggie and I really like. We Hunt the Flame is also in there because gotta have that one.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
Yeah, and we probably, so Grace has had her shop where like she sells her own stickers, but she wants to get rid of some of the stuff. So we'll probably have like a pre-order campaign incentive for pre-ordering the pin and stuff. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be very interesting to like see people, and I want to send it to certain people who authors. But yeah,
a couple of friends.
Yeah, a couple friends.
We also want to do like any kind of things that you guys think of, like you guys as listeners, guests, you guys too.
Yeah.
What kind of things that you guys want to see? If you guys want to see like tumblers, if you guys want to see like water canteens, if you guys want to see like coffee mugs, kind of things, what would you guys like to
mugs?
Let us know.
Yes, mugs.
Always shoot us a DM on Instagram or in our comments on YouTube or wherever you guys see fit. For what kind of things do you guys want to see? And we're probably going to be down to make them.
Bookmarks.
Books too, all of that stuff. Don't worry, I got it. Let me find my Apple Pencil and I'm going to throwing stuff out at you guys. It's going to be too much.
I can't wait to see it.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna end our podcast here. But for YouTube,
one announcement before. So if you're listening to this at the very end, you're gonna know who next week's guest is. Oh, my stomach rumbled. So next week's guest is gonna be Pauline, from The Books I've Loved. We're so excited. We're going to be talking to her tomorrow when this episode releases. Grace is probably going to put out, I don't know if she'll be able to because she doesn't have her Apple Pencil. Never mind.
That's fine. It just won't look as pretty.
Okay. Well, we're going to put out like our May spoiler hint thing again, where we'll hint to the
upcoming
books. Yeah, upcoming schedule. I liked doing that, but thank you guys for listening. Shout out to our Apple Podcasts listeners. Our main platform is Apple Podcasts. It's crazy the amount. We have like over 50% is listened to on Apple Podcast. So
Spotify.
I listen on YouTube. I like to watch you guys.
Oh yeah. So if you're a YouTube viewer, we got a little fun game for you to watch after this. And if you're listening on Spotify,
I don't know, Melissa looks like she's about to clock out.
No, I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm good.
If you are listening, head over to YouTube to watch this final 2 parts.
I just had to charge my laptop. That's why I was like, but I got the charger, so we're good. That was literally at 5%, and I was like, I know that Grace said that we were ending it, so I was like debating if I need to get my charger because I was lazy to get up, and then I was like, okay, I'll just get up.
So we'll end it for our audio listeners here. YouTube.
Yes. Stay tuned. So thank you everybody who's listened to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys for listening. Head over to YouTube to watch the next part. So we'll see ya. Have a good evening. Bye.
I'm excited. What are we doing?
Okay, so
we have a game very quickly for you guys. And on YouTube.
I'm excited.
Get situated.
We're a pair of friends, right? It's you and Ayman, Melissa, me, and Maggie. We have a pair of friends. We want to do a game really quickly. It's going to be like about 3 minutes.
Okay.
To see who knows the other person better.
Okay.
This kind of makes me excited, but I'm like stressed. Okay.
You guys have seen a similar game like this, probably like on a talk show host or whatever. So the way that this is going to go is we are going to ask you a question. We're going to say like, what's so-and-so's favorite so-and-so?
Okay.
And you guys can either write it down on a piece of paper if you got one on you or whatever.
I have
And
paper.
I don't have paper, but I can get paper.
And on 3, we're going to show
You don't
it.
have to.
You don't have to.
You can
Okay.
just say it too.
Okay, I'll say it.
You could just say if they got it right or if they got it wrong. And then we'll see if you got the question correct.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So for example, you can ask, we'll do one for you guys and one for us to see which pair knows each other better.
Okay.
Competition.
Okay.
Competition.
Okay, I'm so stressed.
Game time. Are you ready?
No,
Okay, yeah.
let's go.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask one question first.
To who are you asking?
Melissa, I'm asking you.
Okay.
What is, this one's pretty easy. What's Ayman's favorite of all time read?
Okay, so I wouldn't say that she has like a favorite one, but the book that got her into reading that is very nostalgic and comforting for her is the Shatter Me series. But the series that she likes the most, I would say, like that's not like the series that got her into reading, is The Internal Devices by Cassandra Clare.
Yeah. Yeah, completely true.
She got you? All
Yeah.
right.
For sure.
You guys got 1 point. Okay.
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 That was
You
an easy one, yeah.
can ask us.
Okay, should I ask you the same question or?
You could ask or make up one of your own. It doesn't have to be book related. It could be whatever.
Okay, I'll ask Maggie. Maggie, what is Grace's favorite actor from a book to TV adaptation?
Ooh, I like
Okay.
That was
specific.
challenging.
So, okay, book to TV adaptation. Well, this is gonna be so easy.
Yeah, this is such a hard question.
So
Okay.
this we talked about so many times. Book to TV adaptation. Well, if y'all didn't know, there's a little story called Narnia. And in Narnia,
Tiny
you
little
have
bit.
somebody called Prince Caspian. And
Correct.
who is Prince Caspian played by?
Ben.
Ben Barnes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Honestly, that was a little. Now that I think about it, that was too easy. Okay. Oh well.
Am I right?
Pretty right. It was either it like him, yeah, because it's most known, but also Henry Cavill as the Witcher. Because that
Ooh,
That's
that was
true, but
good.
but that's a game to TV. The Witcher was a game first before it was a book.
Okay.
So
that's why Ben Barnes wins. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I know
True.
Grace. Okay, I'll ask Eamon.
Okay.
What book would Melissa take with her onto an island? If it was only one book for the rest of her life, she had to reread over and over again. What book would
The
she
Starless
take?
Sea. The
Wait.
Starless Sea? Is it the Starless Sea?
Honestly, probably just because it's such a complex story that I feel like I would never get bored of it. If
Um,
didn't read
I
it
would
over
say
and over-
Addie LaRue.
Yeah, I'm between.
That's what I would have said.
Starless Sea.
Oh,
I'm between.
they're kind of similar in that way, I
They are very
guess.
similar in that way because like they're very like multifaceted stories where you can read them and notice different things each time you read them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I
Yeah, no, Starless Sea is a good one. I wasn't sure which one I'd go with, so I was like,
it's up to me.
yeah, it's up to Ayman.
Okay, Amen. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, who am I asking?
You can ask me about Maggie.
Okay. All right. I can't believe I didn't even think of the question this entire time. Okay. Maggie, who is Grace's all-time the boyfriend. This is so easy. Oh my god.
Wait, no, you're supposed to ask Grace.
Oh, wait. So I'm supposed to ask Grace
Grace,
the
who's-
question for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What?
Same question, or you want to come
Yeah,
up with
sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's so easy.
The way that I already know it too.
Why that yep, okay.
there's two.
All
So,
time is
Book
wait,
boyfriend
Maggie
or
just
book husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, so book boyfriend or a book husband?
I'll say husband because I feel like I know who the husband is.
Husband is obviously Rowan Whitethorn
Yeah.
Carpenter.
The whole shrine, everything.
I have a shrine. I have 2 Rowan candles.
Because look, if it were a boyfriend, I don't know if he would still be your boyfriend.
I was
No.
gonna go with Azriel if you said boyfriend.
But I don't know.
I'd see
Like,
that.
He's kind of like come down a couple pegs to other people.
Be like one of the off-campus, or no? Would it be
Yeah, that's what I was
like-
too?
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Don't make
Exactly.
me think too hard.
Exactly. So
Okay,
that's
so
why I'm like,
What's gonna happen is it's gonna be a reverse harem situation where it's gonna be Rowan Azriel, Fitz from the Briar U series, and then Dean De Laurentiis from Off Campus. That's
You
my
would
my.
think-
well, I think what it
That's
is.
such an opposite from Fitz and Azriel and Rowan. Okay, anyway, love that for you.
I need to have like
Neighbor
the like
Dean.
Cassian kind of guy. At least one
Yeah,
of
no,
them.
that's definitely
The-
Dean.
The rest are brooding males. I can't have all of them be brooding males.
You really can't have all
You need
three.
a mix.
You need a mix.
We're all
Okay.
about diversity, guys.
You really are.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question to kind of wrap this up.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is a question for all of us. Well, for all of
Okay.
you guys, because I can't answer because I'm asking the question. Who out of all of us is most likely to sell all of their possessions, disappear off the face of the earth, come back 5 years later, and have a whole crazy fantasy life have happened to them?
I'm gonna go with me.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
Melissa
feel
too.
like Melissa, because like I want that. I want that for myself. But I feel like Melissa would actually pursue that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I would think about it, but I would never commit.
Yeah,
Melissa would
I'm-
commit.
Bad at commitment. I am
Crazy
very go
already.
with the flow.
yeah. I'm
I
like,
would
if it
be-
happens, it happens. Am I looking?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I take
Sure,
things
talk
when
about
they come
that.
to me.
Uh,
Melissa seeks them out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I was a kid, and okay, so the first time that I went like traveled internationally, I basically forced my dad, and we went to Germany. I got bored when I was with him, so I just broke away from him in a
In
foreign country
Germany?
where I do not speak the language for 9 hours. My dad went nuts, but I came back to the hotel. So, but I have done those things in my childhood where I would just wander off.
I've done that
I got
too in a
bored.
foreign country. Yeah.
The only-
It's like for a 9-year-old, I had balls to be doing that in a foreign country.
For
but
sure.
yeah,
Look, at that same age, I got lost at the zoo for like 2 hours. Never again am I wandering off alone. Never again. We had two very different. You wandered around a whole country on your own. I wandered around a zoo campus and could not handle it. Okay.
It's worse when it's like an airport. Like I've had my siblings been like lost in airports.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
recommend
See,
doing it.
I'm really good at navigation, so I'd never have like trouble. Like I can drive to a place once and then
Mhm.
memorize the drive, and I don't ever have to look at directions again.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
My
really
friend
cool.
Jessica has got lost and ended up at a casino trying to get to Target
Okay.
Okay, that'll be me.
because she had to. Because we go to Target in Iowa,
Uh-huh.
so we drive all the way over to Council Bluffs in Iowa to go to the Target there, and she just ended up at a casino.
That is
Oh.
so funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So This was a fun, quick little game.
Such a
I
fun
think
game.
Yes.
I think we know each other. Our pairs know each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, if we ever do this again, I'm gonna come up with harder questions.
Me
Yeah,
too.
me too.
For sure. We'll probably do it on our live stream. But yeah, this is pretty fun. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you
Yes.
for having us.
Yay! This was so fun.
Oh my gosh, I just realized you can now do like 4-person live streams on YouTube on Instagram. So we
Yeah.
could do like through the podcast, we can just do a live stream.
Yeah.
Instead of doing like an
Yes.
episode, we can just do like a live stream one night.
We can do
Oh, for
like I don't
sure.
Let's
know,
do it.
happy hour or something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Absolutely.
So our YouTube viewers better be checking out our Instagram to go
Yeah.
watch.
And check out the TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
All right. So
Well, we'll see you later, guys. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.